SnapFlow and My WorkBox are two components of UnaPage's workflow management and task management system, and we designed the system to be extremely simple to use. And to prove that, I'd like to take you through actual creation and setup of a simple workflow today. And to do that, I'm going to be doing some things that are built into SharePoint for the most part. We have a SnapFlow custom list. It's very similar to the standard SharePoint custom list template that's included. And let's call this benefit, spell correctly here, change request form. And so this creates a simple list for us, and you notice we have a few extra fields that are associated with the workflow that are included in the standard list template, but let's add some that are unique to this particular requirement. And let's change the title column to change description. And then we can add a change type column. We'll make that a choice, and the choices will be add benefit, change benefit, move benefit, add beneficiary, remove beneficiary. And let's fix the typo there. Okay, good. And let's make this one here the default choice. We'll add it to the default view. And let's add one more column. Well, let's call that effective date. Select the date field. Tell it date only, no default. We're done. So now we have a basic list here that has the things that we need. And let's go ahead and set up the workflow. So the first step in doing that is going to be to add it to the master list, so that the system knows that it's a workflow enabled item. And this is again a really simple form to fill out. The name of it is benefit change request. And it is on the HR site. We allow you to set up assignment of the workflow to an individual group or person, or you can set it to multiple people and it'll branch out. That's useful for like training assignments and things. If you want to do that, you'd use multi. Originator can be specified, or you can leave it blank, and then it's assigned whenever you set up an individual workflow, and with some other features for setting colors and whatnot. So now that's done. The only other step that we need to do is to set up the actual workflow. And to do that, we use something that we call the rules builder. And whereas a lot of workflow tools use workflow diagrams, which many people don't know how to use, this system uses a simple status change model. So here's the benefit change request. And really we only need to fill out a few of these blanks on this form. So The current status, let's say, would be draft, and we're not going to assign it to anybody at this stage, because that means that anybody, when this is blank, anybody can do it. The next status will be submitted. Start message will be, for this stage, will be draft request. We can email and enable this, but we don't need to, because as you'll see, the workbox organizes all your tasks. Let's add a step. So when we click add step, we get a new form, and the current status is submitted, since it's the only next status that was available to us. And let's assign that to human resources. Human resources is a group, and then the next status would be in process or rejected. Just separate the two statuses by a comma. We can, if we want to, use the same value for both these fields. One shows up in the original list and the other one shows up with your task. Add another step. And let's do the rejected step next. And we can tell it to assign that back to the originator so that they know that it was rejected. And we'll tell it that's a termination step. And just for expedience sake, I'll use the same title here. So the next step, in process, that also goes to human resources. Completed. And we'll use the short version of it here. And one more step. And that's completed. No next status. We'll send that also back to the originator so that they know that their activity's been completed. And this is also a termination step. And that's it. We've just built a workflow. If we were to do a diagram of this, it would have branches and diamonds and arrows, but this is actually quite a simple way of doing it. And you hit deploy, and then it's now available for use. And that's it. So now we will add an item to the list just to test it out here. And let's say add beneficiary, newborn son, Jason. And we will go ahead and move this to submitted. Notice it tells us it's going to human resources. Change this to add beneficiary. Effective date next Monday. Save. And we've just created a workflow item. Now if I jump over here to my workbox, this is where you can track all of your activities. And you can see that I have some activities that are assigned to me here. And if I expand the SnapFlow tasks I originated, you can see that the Add Beneficiary task is listed down here, assigned to HR, and I can see the status is still submitted. This way I can continue to track my activities that I've created for others to do and see how they're coming along without having to ask people what's going on with them. And from here I can easily assign or handle my own tasks by clicking them and opening them. If they were assigned to a group, I would be able to claim that task for myself up in this corner. From here I can edit the task and edit the details of the task. By clicking this button, it'll jump over to there, and I can add materials and work description, whatever I need to add here. And I can also move it to the next step of the process. And for example, I could say it's canceled. It would be save. Assign that back to myself. And now that one's off my active list. And there you have it, a quick overview of SnapFlow and my WorkBox, a really easy tool to use to automate all of your business processes.